Hey guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 BMW M440i.
And a huge thanks to Aramis and the rest of the management and staff here at BMW of Tampa for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in the Tampa area looking for a new premium or performance vehicle, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Aramis.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the 4 Series has been BMW's compact coupe and convertible since 2014. That's when the first generation was released. The second generation 4 Series that you see here was all new for 2022. And for 2023, we do have a couple updates, starting with optional red or blue M Sport brake calipers available now on the Shadowline package, as well as the deletion of gesture control from the optional premium package, as well as the heads-up display now only available on the M440i and up. The 2023 4 Series is available in 3 different models or body styles, starting with the coupe that starts at $47,400. Optional X-Drive is an additional $2,000. The Grand Coupe, which is a 4-door 4 Series, is actually cheaper than the coupe, starting at $45,900, and the most expensive convertible, which starts at $55,500, all with an optional $2,000 X-Drive. The coupe that you see here, as you mentioned, starts at $47,400, available with a 2-liter turbo, cranking out 248 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, enough to get that car to 60 between 5.5 or 5.3 to 5.5 seconds, making it a no-joke performer for a base 4 Series. The upgraded M440i that you see here starts at $48,250, coming equipped with a B58 3-liter straight-six twin-scroll turbo, cranking out a most likely underrated 382 horsepower and 269 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 48-volt mild hybrid system. You can expect 0 to 60 between 3.9 and 4.1 seconds on the M440i, depending on whether or not you go with the X-Drive and how good of a launch you end up getting. You can go with the M4 for $74,700, which comes equipped with the S58 inline 3-liter turbo engine, which cranks out 473 horsepower and 409 pound-feet of torque, enough to get the car to 60 in between 3.7 and 4 seconds. The competition is an additional $4,000, which can do 0 to 60 between 3.5 and 3.8. An additional $4,000 gets you X-Drive, and Car and Driver tested the X-Drive M4 0 to 60 at 2.8 seconds, which is absolutely absurd for around an $80,000 performance coupe. But again, here we have the 2023 M440i, which starts at $58,250. What do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your full LED BMW headlamps, LED for the high and low beam, LED daytime running strip too. I apologize for all the background noise. People are cutting the grass all around right now. We get front parking sensing and a forward-facing camera too. The 50th anniversary BMW badge. I wasn't the biggest fan of the updated 2022 front grille styling with these giant lung style grill design. I wouldn't say I prefer this over the kidney grills, but it's still a welcome touch. We have a ton of airflow for the intercoolers in both the corners and functional airflow in both corners for aerodynamics and brake cooling. We'll take a step to the side, take a look at the wheel and tire setup. We get these all blacked out 19-inch rims with a 4-piston M Sport brake caliper, which is painted red. The tires are 255/40 R19 Pirelli P0 performance tires. They're not summer performance tires, but they're a high performance all season outside compound. Should still help put the power down with a staggered setup out rear. We do get 255s. I'm liking the body lines, very clean look, how it has that L shape that flows flushly for the rear fender area. All black trim for the window trim, additional camera on the mirror, which should aid with the 360. We get a sunroof too. I prefer to see a full blacked out roof. It would be a very clean touch on this 440i out rear. We get wider tires, 255/35 R19s, still the Pirelli P0, high performance all season tires. Red painted M brake caliper is just a single piston. These are vented brakes, and we still get the 50th anniversary BMW badge on the center cap. Side sensors should also help with the 360. Full LEDs for the taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Black lower diffuser area, full rear parking sensing. Shout out BMW of Tampa for making this review possible. M440i badge. Those heat extractors in the corners are not functional, unfortunately, but they still aid with the aggressive styling. Dual exhaust tips. And speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up this 3-liter straight-six twin-scroll turbo and hear how she sounds. right, guys, that was the sound of the 3-liter twin-scroll turbo B58 inline 6 sold by BMW for the 2023 M440i, and it sounds really good for a turbocharged 6-cylinder. Definitely one of the best sounding in the segment. Advertised at 382 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this 3,858 pound sport coupe to 60 in under 4 seconds, making it an absolute no-joke performer with a sub $60,000 base price. Great value considering the performance. We get strut tower braces in front of the radiator. We're not gonna be able to pick it up, but we still get some supports. We have active shutters, which closes everything off. Hopefully towards the end of this review, once everything's fired up, we'll walk around and I'll show you in front of the radiator. But we can shut this thing right up. Extremely hot because it is about 102 degrees right now in Tampa, Florida. This beautiful Brooklyn gray metallic paint color, also very impressive. But as far as this interior, we could take a step inside and really check it out. If I didn't mention, we get blind spot monitoring on the mirror glass. It's only single pane windows, but a pretty thick piece of glass. Up top, soft touch. We get leather beneath that, leather for the center portion, 2-person memory seats, auto one touch for both of the windows, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable aluminum door handle, 2 Harman Kardon speakers on the door panel. The bottom portion is actually a soft touch. The X3 M40i we just reviewed in this channel just has some hard plastic. For the bottom portion here, we have soft touch, solid storage. You'll fit a foot long and a big gulp right next to it, but make sure it's tightly closed because it is sideways. Trunk release, really large aluminum M nameplate on the door sill. The seats are very beautiful, perforated in the center, very soft leather too for the center portion. Bolsters are solid, fully adjustable. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide with 4-way adjustable lumbar. Thigh support's also adjustable. The headrest is adjustable as well. This interior in general, we can take a step inside and really check it out. It is so hot. I can't wait to start this thing up and watch everything come to life. Oh my gosh. But as we mentioned, it is 100 degrees today in Tampa, Florida, so cannot wait for this AC to kick in. First thing we notice is the steering wheel. We get the M steering wheel. It's incredible, super thick, very fat, 10-2 bolstering notches. We get stitching for the horn area. The horn itself, pretty aggressive sounding horn. People should definitely be getting out of your way. I know it's really hot. I'll turn this air down by 1, so hopefully you can hear a little bit better, but oh, I need that AC. Anyway though, on the left side, we got the steering wheel controls. On the right side, the volume adjustments. This controls your heads-up display and infotainment screen. Voice commands, you can answer and hang up your phone call. It's so hot in here that my camera just overheated while inside, but as you mentioned, the heads-up display, hopefully you can pick it up on camera. The adjustments are pretty basic. We get a digital speedo and traffic sign recognition. If you adjust it, you can check out your media settings, AM, FM, and Sirius. You can adjust what station you're playing with. Again, as you mentioned, I just prefer looking at the digital speedo with the traffic sign recognition. The paddle shifters are a very nice aluminum. The steering wheel is also heated. We get auto headlamps and auto high beams, auto rain sensing wipers too. All appreciated features for a premium sports sedan. To the left of the steering wheel, automatic headlamps and parking lights. Interior lighting, no auto tilt and telescoping steering wheel, but the latch is right over here. Hood latch release beneath. If you double pull, you don't have to mess around with any latches underneath the hood. Get a good look at your aluminum outline pedals with your floor mounted accelerator pedal. Nice exhaust note too. That's just comfort mode. And speaking of comfort mode, this is the display layout for our 12-inch digital instrument cluster. We have a digital speedo on the left side, 160 for the speedometer, and a power indicator on the right side for comfort mode. You transition into sport, press the sport button and check it out. Now we get a tack, and it goes to about 6,500 RPM, and with this active exhaust, a little bit more grunt too in sport mode. Check it out. A little bit more impressive, a couple more burbles compared to comfort mode, but that's really about it when it comes to the adjustments. We also get a map for the center, which is pretty cool, the town or city that we're currently in. More aluminum surrounding the steering wheel. Again, the steering wheel is fantastic. Soft touch for the entire dashboard. We just get BMW's old 10.25-inch screen. We don't get their new 12-inch screen, but it's still a nice display overall. The response is excellent, absolutely fantastic response. Press the home layout, we can see what the home screen looks like. Just like the new screens, we get a map, song that's currently playing, and our date and time. We have car adjustments, which includes vehicle status, settings, carrying car, driver profiles, and owner's manual. Vehicle status includes TPMS, engine oil level, check control messages, and the required services. My personal favorite to look at all times would just be the map. At all times, that'll be the coolest screen to me. Throw it into reverse, we can check out the backup camera. Excellent resolution. We get guidance lines and trajectory for the backup camera and the 360. The 360 has also fantastic resolution. We can adjust the automated parking, backup assistant, camera image, and the overall settings all on the screen. You throw it back into park. Unfortunately, we stay in our backup camera, which makes sense for a reason, because when you open up your doors, this also lets you know there's cars coming, so you don't have to worry about losing your door to traffic. But I personally prefer it if it went back to the home screen when we put it into park. If you don't want to mess around with the paddle shifters, we also get manual shift controls on the gear selector in the proper directions to upshift and downshift. Throw it back into park, and the gear selector returns right to the middle. To return to the home screen, you have to actually press the home button. To the left of the gear selector, we have our traction control we can disable. Cameras we can access at all times. Right now we're looking at a forward-facing camera. Nice. You press one more time, it returns us right to our home screen. You can disable your parking sensors, engine start stop, sport, comfort, and eco pro. We're going to start the review off in sport and sport plus, transition into comfort. You see what the differences are. Electronic parking brake with auto hold. If you don't want to mess around with the touchscreen, we also get a hard dial with shortcuts, media, home, map, communication, navigation, back, and options. Wireless charging pad. Not quite sure if you can pick it up because of all the keys that I got going on right now. A lot of cars to review today at BMW of Tampa, thank gosh. But as you see, wireless charging pad, BMW digital key with an M on it. Cool, 2 cup holders with a pass-through, 12-volt, good spot for a radar detector. Dual zone auto climate control, heated seats, no cooled seats. Wouldn't really be expected as a standard feature, but especially on days like this when it's 100 degrees, the cooled seats would really be appreciated. We get the intelligent safety right here next to our hazards, wood trim right underneath the dashboard area, and some stitching for where your knee will often hit. More wood trim surrounding the gear selector with aluminum outside of it. The armrest is a nice soft leatherette trim. We get a ton of space. You can lay across probably 8 12-ounce water bottles, additional 12-volt USB-C port, and interior light. You can get a quick look at the glove box, which is rubberized on the outside with some interior illumination right underneath this aluminum. Lined with felt and massive. You're fitting 25, maybe 30 license plates. You'll easily fit a pair of shoes if you're under a size 10. You may even fit 2 pairs of shoes. Frameless rear view mirror, auto dimming, 3 garage home link settings on it too. Interior lights are LED. We get a sunroof, as you mentioned. We can open up the shade. It opens up pretty quickly. We have a nice headliner too, very soft cloth material. So open up the moonroof. If you press one more time, it goes into the roof, so it does not stick out like a sore thumb. See how far it opens, see if it goes any further. It does not, but pretty far, just about the end of the front row. We can poke our way out of here. It is an unbelievably hot day today in Tampa, Florida. It's sunny and 101 degrees, according to this M440i, so definitely we're shutting the sunroof. We'll leave the shade open so you can see how much light is brought into the cabin once we hop out back, and we'll also see how much space is offered back there. Before we do that though, let's take a quick look at the window sticker right over here. See any features that I might have missed. So again, 2023 M440i Coupe, $58,250 for the base price. Brooklyn Gray Metallic for $650, $400 for the Shadowline package, which includes black mirror caps as well as these red brake calipers. $700 for the Parking Assistance package, including Parking Assistance Plus, active park distance control, rear view camera. Well, the rear view camera would have been standard on any vehicle post 2018, and a surround view with 3D view. $1,800 for the premium package, including heated steering wheel, heated front seats, and the Live Cockpit Pro with navigation. M Sport Package Pro includes the M Sport brakes with the red M Shadowline lights, extended Shadowline trim. $300 for remote start, $600 for the 19-inch jet black rims with run flat tires, $200 for the BMW 50-year emblem, $100 discount for the deletion of the hands-free tailgate option, $500 for the wireless charging pad, $875 for this really impressive Harman Kardon sound system. $1,000 destination charge totals us out a tick over $65,000. You can pause, take a look at all the standard features on the 2023 M440i. Pretty loaded, good on gas, 27 combined MPGs, 24 city, 34 highway for a car that can do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Now that's some impressive numbers. We can hop out of the front seat, check out the back real quick, see how much space is offered back there, if there even is any. So to do so, there is a latch back here. We'll see if the seat slides forward. It does. We'll allow it to do so. And I'll take a step inside. Actually, not the toughest process since the seat slides for you. And before the seat slides back, I actually have a decent amount of space. Once the seat actually slides all the way back, I'm actually nervous to see how much space I will have back here. Actually not bad. My knees are just starting to touch but barely so. Headroom, my head is also starting to touch, but barely so. So I would say I'm the limit. If you're under 6 feet tall, sitting behind your seat settings, you'll have no problems. 6 feet and above, you may start running into some issues. So anything over a 30-40 minute trip, I may start to complain back here, but I can do a 30-40 minute trip back here with no problem. We get soft touch materials up top, leather trim for the center, additional speaker, soft touch for the armrest, additional storage down below. I can't even fit my hand through here, but it goes in pretty deep. We don't get mat pockets behind the front seats. We do get third zone climate control though, with 2 USB-C ports. No seatbelt for the center, so it's just a 2-seater back here. We get a cubby for an armrest with some cup holders, just like all the BMWs. You get the rubbery things to keep your drinks in place. That's about it back here though. And the interior lights are LED if you didn't notice. Pretty decent amount of light brought into the cabin thanks to that sunroof, but overall, decently spacious. I'm impressed with the features back here. The third zone climate, of course, is very appreciated. We can hop out of here, push the seat forward, wait for it to slide out of my feet's way, and we'll take a step out of here. Not the toughest process, as I mentioned. Compared to my 2021 Camaro LT1, this is a trillion times easier. We can take a quick look at the cargo space. I'm liking that little black lip spoiler and the 50th anniversary BMW badge too. Underneath the BMW badge, we have a button which electrically shoots open the tailgate. It doesn't electrically close it, but it's still nice to get the boost for the opening. The space, it's impressive, almost the same as a 3 Series. We get cutouts for the wheel wells, which should help you be able to fit a golf bag horizontally. And it's pretty deep. I can't even come close to reaching the back seats. They fold down 40-40-20. You fold the seats down, I'd expect you to fit up to a 60, maybe a 65-inch TV back here. No secret storage, unfortunately, just a hard floor. But what you see is basically what we get. We don't have to worry about crushing our cargo because the hinges are covered. We can shut this thing up, take one more step back. Nice, get a good look at the light patterns. Walk around this 2023 M440i one more time. I'm liking those red brakes, 50th anniversary badges, and this Brooklyn gray metallic with the black contrast with the shadowline trim really make this a beautiful, beautiful exterior. As we mentioned, I would show you the supports in front of your radiator after we started up this vehicle, and there you have them, nice and supportive. But that's about it, guys, for the inside and outside of the 2023 M440i. Let's take it out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2023 BMW M440i. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice, well, we'll cover my water bottle with a seatbelt real quick because we know it's gonna be flying around everywhere. But the first thing I notice is the gas pedal is really sensitive in Sport Plus mode. We'll use the manual shift modes. We'll start off in Sport Plus and then transition into Comfort and see what the differences are. But first gear on the gas. Whoa. Yeah, this thing is just an absolute monster. Whew. Steering feels unbelievably sharp. Good God, this thing is just an absolute monster. You got to keep up with it in the manual shift because if you hit the rev limiter, it will cut the power off. It's not going to automatically shift you into the next gear, which is pretty cool. All right, taking a step out here. Second gear, first gear, on the gas. Good God, this thing is just a monster. This thing makes so much power. It pulls just as hard as my 2021 Camaro LT1, and it puts the power down. With only 255 tires, it's surprising at how well it actually does it. Just third gear pull, it's so strong. No, it's not as torquey as the LT1, but once it builds that boost, it just feels so good. This is my favorite turbocharged engine on the road today, by far. And in comfort mode, everything quiets down tremendously. The steering gets lighter. The steering is still very direct. As soon as you start leaning into the steering, the vehicle changes direction immediately. Much quieter though. You don't hear nearly as much exhaust noise. We'll take a step out here, lean into the gas pedal. In comfort mode, you see what the differences are, but the steering is a huge difference. The brakes, they don't feel like they're as responsive, but they still feel pretty touchy. We'll take a step out onto this road. About half throttle. Yeah, it still builds the power very well, but it doesn't feel nearly as sensitive, and the exhaust doesn't feel or doesn't sound nearly as aggressive. But hopefully we'll have a chance to take a step out into this multiple lane highway, try out an acceleration off the line. We'll throw it right back into sport. But all right, guys, off the line, on the gas. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we get to speeds really quickly. This thing gets on the highways fast. It's a quick car. And you hear some crackles and pops up top. Wow, that active steering just yanked me along the way. Great torque, but wow. We can throw it back into just regular drive. We don't have to beat this thing up too badly. In comfort mode, it's pretty quiet. On a concrete highway, you still hear a little bit of road noise, but you would hear road noise in literally any vehicle on a road like this. You don't really feel a whole lot of bumps in comfort mode. The electronically controlled suspension does a great job soaking those up. You don't hear a whole lot of wind noise either. It's a quiet interior. This is a great premium performance sedan. Comfort, yeah, the steering gets significantly lighter, but it's still direct. Still very confidence inspiring, especially with this super beefy M steering wheel. Nice. Yeah, the gas pedal is a lot less sensitive in comfort. That's probably the biggest difference I noticed so far. The brake pedal, it's still pretty sensitive. Doesn't make the biggest difference, but in sport mode, the brake pedal does feel a little bit more firm. So everything's electronically controlled in a good way. It makes the sport to comfort transition feel very drastic. All right, stepping out here in comfort mode on the gas. Woo! Yeah, it still pulls unbelievably hard in comfort mode. It's just such a quick car. I'm loving it. This V58 inline 6-cylinder turbo is such a gem of a motor. The ride quality is excellent. Obviously, with an electronically controlled suspension, the ride quality in comfort mode will be softer than it is in sport, to be expected. But even in sport mode, it's a very soft ride quality while still being very firm and planted through the corners. This is a great luxury performance sedan. If you're looking for a sub $60,000 or sub $65,000 performance coupe, not sedan, I apologize guys, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2023 M440i. It is a beast. On the gas. Woo! Nice. And a big thanks to Aramis and the rest of the management and staff here at BMW of Tampa for making this review possible. I'll leave links to inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance vehicle in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. The channel's just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. Other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.